because less than 3% of you people read books. Listen to me. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear. We deal in illusions, man. None of it is true. You're beginning to believe the illusions. This is mass madness, you maniac. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion.
What's up? What's up? Welcome to Idiotbox Television. We have the show today. We are talking about the importance of grandparents in today's world and why we should honor them. That's what we're going to be talking about today with episode 82. Let's go on to the roll call.
I'm Troy Everett.
And I'm DJ Drumtastic.
I'm Reefy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. It's always got to flow. I got to flow. But thank you. Thank you for bringing me in.
I got you. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the roll call in. Where you guys tuning in from? Where you at? How was your week? Let us know how you're doing out there. We also want to send our condolences and our prayers out to Nashville, Tennessee. As you all know, there was another mass a shooting at a school, a Christian school. This has got to stop. This has definitely got to stop. Our prayers out to that community. I don't know what Congress is going to do about it, but Woodland Park, Miss Jones, good evening. Thank you for joining in.
Hello, thank you for coming on.
You know, it's like the Republicans are you know what? I'm not going to really say the Republicans. I'm just going to say people in Congress, whoever it is, they care more about the guns, the sale of guns, the money they're making and everything rather than kids not dying. Who needs an AR-15? I'm not buy me a few before they finally do ban them.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. Hey, Aunt Shelley, all the way from Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to talk about the importance of grandparents today. But right now we're just, giving our 2 cents on this Nashville shooting. And again, these are one thing that they don't show is what those bullets from that gun does to a child.
Yes.
Right? So if they were to release, if one of the parents would, I mean, that would be so horrific, even for the parents to do. And it'd be, I don't even know if it's morally correct to do something like that, but I would have you seen what those guns do they don't even use them for hunting.
No, because
they don't even use,
they mess the meat up.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Hey, Miss Kirkwood, all the way from Inkster, Michigan. Good evening. Thank you. So we would like to see what you guys think about it. What is it going to be? What is it going to take for this to change? Because this could be your child, this could be your grandchild, this could be your niece, nephew. This is a serious problem, and we're the only country in the world that has this problem. How do we fix it? Because honestly, Drummer said, can we rely on Congress to do something?
No, we can't. Because they would have did something by now. Do you see the discussions going on now? They're asking him like right in an open forum, and he's totally skipping over the question, saying gun laws this and gun ban this, and they don't work and all this different stuff. And they're like, what about the kids? And he don't have nothing to say about the kids. Like,
yeah. And the thing is, and there's supposed to be these checklists, right? And they're worried about the Second Amendment, people coming to get your guns. So people on the far right will say, oh, they're coming to take your guns. No, it's a Second Amendment right. That's one reason why nobody's really going to invade America, because we got so many guns. Everybody's got a gun. So no, they're not trying to get rid of the Second Amendment. But what do you have to drive a car? What do you have to go into a nightclub, right? What do you have to even own a business? You got to have insurance. There's so many checks and balances for these things. How come we don't have these checks and balances for our guns? This person was obviously, mentally disturbed, and they didn't catch it. So it
without no checks, no nothing. Here's a gun.
Yeah, and then she goes in and kills how many people? 6 people.
3 innocent little kids.
Yeah. So, and what do you do? I hate to say it, but it seems to be the millennial generation that's doing this. What's wrong with these kids? Where is this deep-rooted hatred coming from?
It's from the social media and TV is raising them. Most parents now just give them their phone and say, "Go sit down."
Right. What do you think, Sharif?
Yeah. I think they're making it too easy for people to get guns too easy.
Yeah, but what is the mental state? The mentality of some of because most of these shooters are younger kids.
A lot of times the music is what drives them, and because of the word, the words that they be. I don't hear the words, but when people talk about guns and violence, drugs and stuff, and the kids think it's cool. So they use it and they end up in trouble.
Yeah. So do you guys think that entertainment is to blame?
You can't just blame entertainment. You got to say movies too.
All depends on the parents. If the parents is playing those type of music, and not teaching them that these words don't follow these words, or something like that. I don't know. Everybody's different. I'm raising the kids.
Right. Well, I think it's just getting worse. But we had Boys in the Hood growing up. We had Scarface. We had all kinds of gangster movies. We had NWA growing up. What do we got there? Nicole Brown says, "Can we please get away from mental illness? No one is mentally ill or killing kids or innocent people. Hateful people making choices are killing people at schools. They know they won't get the death penalty either."
Yeah.
Hey, London's that's so okay. We're all mentally ill in some ways. I'm just gonna put it out there. So some of us got, others just have the capacity to kill people. I couldn't, unless I was defending myself or my family.
Exactly.
I couldn't kill anybody.
Exactly.
Let's see. Sheena says, "What's up, fellas from Grand Rapids, Michigan? We're really struggling out here. Copycat mentality. Yes, it is a copycat mentality." Oops, wrong. I skipped one, Miss Brown. "People that are truly mentally ill only want to hurt themselves to make the pain go away." True.
Nope.
Yeah. Nope. We're all don't have mental problems. Maybe it's just me. I'm just being transparent. I got some issues, man.
You got some issues.
But a lot of people that have problems don't talk about it.
Oh
yeah.
Well, they don't talk about it, and they don't get their own help.
Yeah. Well, like for instance, I haven't read everything into it because there's just so much information coming out, and I kind of wait to get the information before something new will come out tomorrow. Is what I'm saying. But she was she was transgender. You know, she was a transgender teen, and there was some. It was a Christian school that she shot up, and that's another show that we have to have.
Right.
Christians, most Christians can be very judgmental and push their ways on other people. Now, I have nothing against the alphabet people. Um, did you just what was that? I have nothing against the alphabet people. Is that what they? I can't. I don't remember the acronym. If I say the acronym, I'm gonna screw it up. So I say alphabet people. Dave Chappelle. I have nothing against them, but that's what they choose. That's what they want. You should honor that, right? Just because you're a Christian, you shouldn't force your beliefs on them. From what I was taught, you love on somebody to help them out first and foremost. Nicole says that stress and coping or lacking of being able to cope, but it isn't mental illness. Clearly not mentally ill. She was angry from judgment and being cast out. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why we take care of our mental health. Self-care is essential. Nicole says LGBTQ plus. Thank you. See, I would have messed that up. Thank you.
When you said the alphabet people, I'm like, this mug here, boy.
I told you I got issues. So
Hey, listen. Look, they don't know what you really wanted to say.
I know. I'm telling you, I got issues.
Oh,
I'm dyslexic. So I will mess it up.
he be turning the dates around on everything.
Y'all can see it on some of the posts. I'll screw up everything. But yeah, I mean, clear. She said, Nicole said clearly not mentally ill. She was angry from judgment and being a cast out. Look, I'm just gonna say it. These punk ass millennials, man. Punk ass millennials. We used to shoot the dozens all the time. We talk about your mama, we talk about your daddy, we would talk about the shoes you had on. You used to get bullied in school all the time. We didn't think about shooting up nobody. I got called in school, mulatto, mutt, this, that. I didn't want to bring a gun to school and shoot the teachers and everybody. What the hell, you punk ass millennials? Quit being so damn sensitive. That's what they need. They need some tough love. They need some grandparents in their life.
Okay.
Right.
That is, they do need some touch. Joy, wait a minute. I got some for you. Here, come on, get it out.
I'm not gonna beep it. I'm not gonna be beeping. Y'all ain't gonna be beeping me no more. I'm gonna just say what the fuck I want to say.
Oh, shit.
I am. I'm just gonna say it. Don't beat me no more. Because it's serious. Like she said, she was an outcast. She was getting teased. Well, these kids are so sensitive.
But wait a minute. The way it is today, a lot of people are not accepting the LGBT Q plus. They're not. So a lot of them are going through it, and I guess it is. Let me think. I was in high school. There was some LGBTQ at the school. They were different. We didn't understand, but they took it on the chin and kept on moving and just was being who they were.
You know what?
Try being black in America, okay?
Yeah,
Don't give me that bullshit. Don't give me that bullshit. The LGBTQ whatever plus. Don't give me that bullshit. We've been dealing with it. Drummer and Sharif can go places, and just based off their skin color.
Mm-hmm.
Sharif's heterosexual. You wouldn't know if Drummer or Sharif was a gay, right? That's the same thing. All these people out here, you don't look at somebody and say, "Oh yeah, they're gay," right? Some are flamboyant, but try being black in America, where you get, man. Anyways, punk ass millennials.
A lot of people being groomed. People don't. A lot of kids don't have fun. So when they see other people have good. Well, they're not taught to be like be a lead. I mean, be a leader. Most of them, follow each other, but a lot of it hurt them, so they don't talk about it. So they make them do other things. No, I don't know.
Here you go, Troy.
I don't know.
Oh, and they need some parents that weren't being pumped full of pharmaceuticals, being told if you wake up in the morning and take these pills, what do you think that does to a child when a woman's carrying it? Right, right. That's we don't know what's going on with the pharmaceuticals that people have been taking. Prenatal. Do they really need prenatal? Are those prenatals a problem? We don't know what's going on with what the government's doing.
Look, as soon as your kid's hyper, you say you tired every day and can't concentrate, they want to give you the pills to keep you up like this. And you're talking fast as can be, and then you crash at night.
Look, I don't believe in that. The ADHD,
No.
I do not believe in that because, look, I had that same problem. I have a nephew who has ADHD. I have a granddaughter who has ADHD. It's just in our genetics. We're just hyperactive. What the problem is, people don't know how to teach them. There's only one way of teaching in our system, one way. And if you don't conform to that way of learning, you get left behind. Yeah, I was disruptive in class, but it wasn't because it's really hard to explain. You have to be able to teach these children that learn in a different way, and they don't do that. It's part of they learn differently.
Boom! Look at that. And that's
Did you know that being black in America is a definition clinical term of PTSD? Oh, yes. You're completely correct.
And all the time.
Yeah, a lot of our people suffer from that. Growing up in where we grew up, and wondering if we're gonna have dinner this tonight, or there's a lot of problems in the black community.
Police gonna come over here messing with us.
Right. So I don't, it's a tragedy, and I wish they would do something about it. Congress is definitely not going to do anything about it, because you got the lobbyists on one hand that's for the NRA that just want to keep the guns, and then they're not coming to get your guns. Look, you stupid asses, they're not coming to get your guns.
Hey, let me
there just needs to be something in place where you got to have a background check, right, drummer?
Yeah, background check. You have your address and all that. You show your ID. If your address don't match up like it's supposed to be, you can't get it, or you have to wait till that all come through. You can do a lot of stuff inside of there to get it right, to walk out of there with the gun on a computers.
So how old was this girl? She just recently graduated, so she had to be at 18, right? Can we get the age?
Pull it up. You the man, pull it up. Quick fingers. And she bought the guns. It's just hey Sheree, thanks for joining in. Oh, wrong one. Thanks for joining in, y'all. We got Sheree here. 28, Troy, so she wasn't young.
Okay, she wasn't young. Okay, she's 28 years old.
Wow. So you know what? This is probably something that happened. This has been happening. She's probably never been accepted.
Yeah.
Because at 28.
Oh, she was 28?
28.
28.
Thank you very much, Sheena. Miss Deborah Jones.
28. So 28. Yep.
So that's like, wow.
Okay, so just graduated from high school. Wow.
Been out of high school.
She's been out of high school at 28. Yeah, so
pick that school. What was the significance of how everything? I don't understand. You said it was a Christian school. I know that.
Yeah. So,
but they were little kids. Why not? Why not go to a college? I mean, not go to no school at all. But I don't get it. Little innocent kids that.
But they didn't do anything. So why think of schools?
Well, I just think that she was trying to exterminate those who believe that what she believes is not correct.
Right.
And where do you start? You start at a young age. You start wiping out people at a young age. It's just sick.
I think
It's absolutely sick.
I think if you do that, there is no going in and bringing you out alive.
No,
You're
no,
you're dead. You're leaving
no.
in a body bag.
Yeah, and
Really.
I think that goes for anybody that does any type of mass shooting. They shouldn't make it to trial. And I know that we have laws and things that they should not make it to trial.
Because that's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Don't make no sense.
Shoot, we walk around here with Skittles in our pocket and get executed by people who aren't even police.
Man, what?
You know what I mean? We get executed over less.
They'll pull up on you and say, "Come here. We're looking for a dude that got on blue and I got on green," and they'll swear me down and look like me. What? Well, you said it was green, man. You know what? If I'm one person that know how that go, because I honestly can say I went to jail 2 times in a month because I looked like somebody who did something and got thrown in the car with 3 other black men. I didn't even know them. That we all had on something similar. I sat in jail for 72 hours and then they let me out.
Man, that's crazy.
Yes. So I understand. I didn't know we were talking about black stuff against LBGTQ, whatever the letters are. We can talk about black stuff. I got some black stuff for you. Some police, hardcore police black stuff. So I know how that goes.
Well, it's been going on in our community since they brought us over in ships, man. So you know what I mean? It's not like everybody deserves their rights. But you know, to shoot children, man, you're a sick individual.
You are sick. Really sick.
For every person they shot, a relative should get a shot at should get to shoot them, but not kill them, so they can suffer with no medical treatment.
Wow. But now that you said what you said, it's way back. That just is kind of runs in line with our topic, which is the importance of grandparents in today's world. Our grandparents went through some real stuff. Grandparents, great grandparents, and how they were able to keep it together.
Yep. And that's, that goes back to my saying about the millennials nowadays. I mean, could you imagine sitting in the back of the bus? You can't tell these kids nothing no more. Could you imagine having that mentality back in the 50s and 60s? There'd be thousands of Emmett Tills.
Yeah. Thousands.
Oh, yeah.
Authority or nothing.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when the neighbors down the street would whoop us.
Yeah.
And your mama will whoop you too.
Man.
Or your daddy or whoever did the whoopings.
Yeah, that's so people that are supposed to be grandparents now are still going to the club. You know, you got babies having babies. That's one of the problems.
Well, baby was having babies back then too, but it's just different type of.
True.
It's different types of babies. Because
what are you talking about? Crack babies? They're all crack babies. That's what it is. All y'all millennials are crack babies.
Oh, you is old one today.
I'm on one today. Damn crack babies.
Oh my goodness, you is old today. But yes, hey, we're both grandparents, man. And I know I came up with my grandparents. My grandparents, had me fishing and learning a lot of stuff at a young age on the lake. So now that I'm a grandfather, it is wonderful. My granddaughter loves her pawpaw too. And Troy, I see you with yours. They be ready to come to your house. It's just something about, it's just the look that they give you. Like once they know you the grandparents, they look at you like you is hey, I want pawpaw. It's something different. I can't even explain it.
Yeah, that's the highlight of my morning because I get them and I watch them during the day while my daughter goes to school. And when I pull up, the look on their faces as they run to the car, it's just like wow.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, you juice them up and then send them home.
That's right.
Okay, what do you
Babies was having babies back then, but their parents were a support system instead of being hands off. That's true. That's true. They were having kids at a young age. Go ahead, Sharif.
I think that grandparents are very important for everyone. And they are very supportive. And they will help you with the kids and financing too. You
Yeah.
know, and I remember my grandmother. I used to spend time with them. That's very important. To spend time with the grandmother, and it's fun too. But the only thing about it is grandparents. The only thing about it is when they start talking, let them talk your head off. No, and you have to pay attention to them because you can't just rush them and try to tell them, hurry up, finish the story, stuff like that. You gotta let them feel comfortable. That's very important. So I used to go do the gardens with my grandmother, and that was the fun part. Helping her with all the different fruits and vegetables and stuff in the backyard, and you learn from them while they talking to you and working at the same time too. They teach you how to work.
Yeah.
You missed a
Uh,
couple.
oh, yep. What it says,
You
Sharif.
missed
Whoops.
that one.
Sharif says no parental guidance. These parents want to be their friends instead of parenting, teaching them manners and respect. All that us out. All of that is out the door. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh, Grandparents are amazing. Mine were the best.
Man, what? What?
I never. Shelly says she never got to know her grandparents, both deceased by the time she was 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. You still turned out to be all right.
Great.
And yeah, my grandparents. My grandfather. When I sat down and I would listen to him, a lot of the things he used to do, I find myself doing. He would always every Christmas he'd have that camera in everybody's face. And back then, like the 70s, you have to have a really bright light, right? It's really bright light. I think it was a high 8 camera or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd come in during Christmas and he would everybody was blind, couldn't see nothing for the first 10 minutes when you get in the house because he'd film everybody as they came through the door. I think that's where I got my love of filming and editing and doing all this stuff from. And then he did talk a whole lot. I always watched the news. He'd sit there and watch the news and talk about that kind of thing. So, yeah, they have a big influence. We had big mamas. Janelle Moore, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Love the flag. Hey, we should do a product with that flag on it, you guys.
Yeah, that's a nice flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the big mamas. Let's say Lachey says, my maternal grandparents were awesome. They died and the family went to shit. Yeah. And then they're the matriarchs of the family. Everybody goes to them. When you lose that, you lose a whole lot. You lose tradition, and not to have it is a terrible thing. It's a really bad thing. My kids and their grandfather, my dad, we were kind of estranged because of the distance. They didn't get to spend a lot of them, and my father recently passed, and there's a lot of time that was missed, which is not a good thing.
Not only that, after they passed, a lot of times the family fall apart. They don't get back together. Unless they try, but not the same. Because you can feel that vibe when you see the grandma or grandfather.
Right.
Right.
Everybody wants to do everything. Let's do this for grandma. Let's do this for grandma. Because grandma's older. Then after that, they feel like there's nobody to do it for.
Yeah.
Family reunions, get together. you know, and like Detroit, people live in different states, and at least now you do have FaceTime, some type of video
Right.
that works like nothing better than just being there to hug and touch, talk face to face, laugh.
Yep, nah. And not only that, tasting their food. Have the pie too.
Don't you miss them rolls?
I missed the roll.
Them rolls.
Yes.
Our grandmother made some rolls that was so good, some sweet rolls. We would fight over them rolls. That's how good they were.
How good they were.
Be like, I got my rolls, and she'd be like, let me get them rolls. Be fighting over them rolls.
Man, I would like to tell this story about Sharif's grandmother that I experienced, but I don't know if he'll let me.
Come on, man. What is it? I got to hear this, man. This is a grandma memory. What? Come on.
I don't know. I don't know if Sharif will let me tell this story about his grandmother.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So when we were younger, I was a terrible influence on Sharif. I used to smoke a lot of weed in high school, and when I got out of high school, and me and Sharif, I encouraged Sharif to partake in the devil's lettuce. We were high as giraffe butt, and we're at the store. So we go to the store. Back then, it was very popular to take honey and put it over your blunts, right? You just put your honey on your blunt so it tastes sweet, wasn't as rough. So it's two dudes, and we're going through the checkout lane with a bottle of honey. That's all we had. It was one bottle of honey, two dudes. And the lady, we're high, right? We're as high as a guy. I'm like, man, we got honey. Let's grab something else, man. This looks weird. This looks funny. No, let's go. We'll check out. So we go to check out. The lady goes, price check. I need the price check on the honey. Got some honey over here. Price check for the honey. Oh, man, we felt so embarrassed. And we was like, oh, okay. So we pay for the honey and we get ready to go. Sharif's high. We go out, get ready to go out the door. His cousin comes through the door. Hey, Sharif. Hey, Sharif's like, yeah, grandma's outside. She want to talk to you. Sharif got worried and mad. Do I look high? Am I high? It's like, yeah, you look pretty high, man. And his grandma was outside and he had to go talk to his grandma.
No, I didn't want her to smell me, you know. But I had to give her a hug anyways. You know,
yeah,
and I felt that that boy is strong.
Yeah, we were reeking. He looked like he was extremely high. He had to go say hi to his grandma, but he didn't want to disrespect his grandmother. You know, he didn't want to go out there, and he didn't want to see her, but he had to because that's grandma, right? Yeah. And he went out there high as a kite and hugged his grandma. That's a damn shame, man. You shouldn't smoke weed.
I got one for you. Look, I got a quick one for you. I went to grandma's house one day. This is the same grandmother. And I was like, Grandma, let me get these records. Because everybody know I'm a record collector. Let me get these records. She was like, okay, now I want my records back. So I had the records for a while. People had been going through the records and got them mixed up. So she wanted them back, but I didn't know which ones was which really. Man, grandma couldn't really walk too good. She had a cane. One day somebody was knocking on my door, and it was my Uncle Tony and grandma. He helped grandma come upstairs, and grandma was taking my records. I'm like, that's not yours, that's mine. She said, this is mine. I just sat down and said, Grandma, whatever you want, just take them, Grandma. And now that she's gone, rest in peace, I got all the records back anyway.
Sharif said we had structure, rules, discipline, good teachers that were full dressed. We went outside, we read books, we did research. These kids are dumbified nowadays. Sad to say. I think you are absolutely correct, Sharif. I think the whole general public are a bunch of dummies. Nobody reads. No, I'm dead serious. There's a lot of dummies out there. Whole general public are a bunch of dummies. All you guys, not the people that are on this show, of course. You guys, we've got a little bit of intellect, don't we? I think we do. But yeah, the majority of these people out here are stupid.
Sense ain't common, right? There's people out here that.
Like, I want to tell this story right here. I took my wife. I took my grandmother to Walmart, right? And this was at the time when they first started the you call it no fault insurance. I had no idea about that, And I'm over there taking this so she can get the record player with the in that the 8-track and the tape and the CD all I want. No, so we go in there and get it right until I say I'm gonna go and get the car and come around so that way you don't have to walk too far. So I went over there and drove around, right? Then 2 old ladies, one lady was 90-something years old, the other one was 70 years old, 70-something years old. She backed up and hit me, right? While I'm trying to turn. So when she hit me, and then I come out and she goes, the older lady, grandmother too, and she goes, what you want me to do? And I said, well, we're gonna talk, we're gonna report it, we're gonna call the police and report it. And she goes, no fault. I said, no fault? I don't know anything about no fault. Right? She said, well, no fault. Right? And then the older lady said, no fault. Right? So I said, hold on real quick. Boo, I ran in front so I can tell Grandma. I said, Grandma, I got in an accident, so I'm let you know I'm not gonna be by the door. So I run out. The old lady was moving back and forth. And she got her way out, and I'm over here running, trying to catch her. Right? And she comes around the side. I'm running an angle. Running the fastest I can. I got real close. She speed up faster. And took off. Right? So I ran back inside, and I said, you guys got a camera here. Is you see hit and run. The 2 old ladies hit me, hit and run. Right? So the manager said hit and run. Oh, we ain't got nothing to do with it. It's no fault. I'm like, what? I thought, so I get back and get the car. I drove it back around, and my grandma came back in, right? And I put the stuff in the car, and I said, Grandma, I have a lot of respect for old people. But man, she just hit me around. And my grandmother was crying, laughing. So I said, forget it. No fault.
Man, no fault.
Terrence Banks, what's up? Terrence is cracking up. Sharif, you got gangster by some old lady.
I did. Wow.
Hey, but they still somebody grandparents, because remember, grandparents like them was tough. You know, grandma was tough, and you couldn't say nothing snappy, or she'd be ready. Hey, they was tough back then. Nowadays, they just call the police. Oh, he's trying to hit me. Like, dang, I didn't even get a chance to get loud with you yet.
Right. Wow.
But I would say that's the Karen grandparents.
What's up, T Banks, man? Thanks for joining in. Make sure you share the video, man. We really appreciate it. He's still in Texas. We got to get you gone, man. We got to get you on whenever there's a birthday, man. We need
some stuff going on, movies and stuff.
That's right. T Banks is he does a lot of singing. Got a great voice. Go ahead.
Keep going. Keep talking. I'm sorry.
Has a great voice. Is doing movies down there. I think he's in Texas. I think you're in Texas, ain't you, T? But we appreciate you coming on and supporting, man.
Talk about this for T real quick. T, go to the blacklist and put your info in there, or your movies, videos, whatever you're doing, because we got a bunch of people in there with businesses of all kinds. You put your info in there, that'll push traffic towards you so people can see what you got going on. The blacklist, that's the link. Go in there, add yourself, like, invite, all that stuff. There you go, right there. Put yourself in there. We can help support you, man, and get people
definitely
some people your way. You know what's happening. And also, Troy, go and explain the blacklist while we right there. Hold on, before you do that, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this.
So the Blacklist is a group that we put together on Facebook. It is a accumulation of a whole bunch of small business owners where you put your products, services, whatever it is that you may have as a small business owner or a large business owner, but we prefer small. So you can network with other people, get your products off, show off your content, and whatever it may be. So it's just kind of like the Green Book back in the day. Where we bring in a whole bunch of people to network. A lot of people have been getting jobs off it, clients off it. So we just want to help grow that and help small business owners or people like us and T-Banks who are trying to do things as an entrepreneur. So go ahead and check that out. So yeah, we're talking about grandparents. Yeah, we definitely. Oh, and one more thing before we're getting late in the show. We want to make sure that you got those links ready, drummer.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
We're doing a 30 minute show also that comes on during the week. You don't have to come on live and watch it. You can go back and watch it. Drummer and I talked about this dude, Donald Trump, and the mega sickness. So yeah, and he's about to go to jail. That'd be great to see. That'd be fun to watch. We did a show about that. Then Drummer and Sharif, they did the top 5 point guards of all time. Go back to our YouTube. Make sure you check that out. The links are
Facebook too.
Yeah, you see it on Facebook too. But you can go to the YouTube or the Facebook. There's the links to watch those. We're just doing that for extra content and help build the brand. But we appreciate everybody's support. Go ahead and go watch that.
We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, so a lot of the kids nowadays really don't have the grandparents, right?
True.
Do you think that's a problem?
That's part of it.
But I think this. Now that I'm a grandfather, I watch some of the stuff that the parents teach them, and it's always kind of like, let me see how I can put it. What the parents kind of lack, the grandparents make up. So if you know the child's supposed to say thank you, the grandparent be like, say thank you before they even get it in their hand. The parents do too, but it's not as urgent because the grandparents got old values. They want to make sure they say thank you. Make sure they do this. Make sure they eat right. Make sure they're not getting candy and juice all day. My granddaughter was over here not too long ago, and I was like, you're going to be mad at Pawpaw because you ain't getting all that candy and juice. You already hype enough. So, yes, we do definitely need grandparents. Old-fashioned grandparents is what we need.
Yeah. And being a grandparent myself, there's things that I don't agree with that my daughter does with my grandchildren. But again, those are her children, right? Those are her children. So I can't force my beliefs or what she should do. I can only give her, guidance on what to do. But when they spend a lot of time with Babu, because that's what they call me Babu. When they spend time with me, they know that there's certain things they can't get away with here, but can get away with at home. So, there's just certain things. And I think that balance, that's a balance, Mom, we can't do that. We can't do that at Babu's house, or Babu's not going to allow this to happen. We can't do this. We can't do this at Mama's house, but we can do this at Babu's house. And I think it just gives them a sense of being able to fit in different situations, when they get older.
That's why I said it was extra support. When it comes down to grandparents,
Yeah.
My grandfather passed away when I was in my mom's stomach. So my other grandfather was living, and we go fishing together. and we'll talk and everything, So that was a good experience with having grandfather and grandmother too.
Yeah.
So that was really important to
Yeah,
spend time with him.
our grandfather, he passed away when I was young, and my mom's father, he took me fishing and everything in the boat. Taught me how to ride a boat. Taught me how to drive, the fishing, the cleaning the fish, the cooking the fish. He taught me a lot. So that was important. Those are great memories that I can talk about. Remembering my
Right.
grandfather. Not everybody has that, and
Right.
that's really something big.
Yeah.
They have a good heart too, real good heart. But if you get out of line, they're gonna say something to you, and then you better pay attention. But getting the whooping by your mom and dad is not as bad as getting the whooping by the grandmother and grandfather. You know,
Yeah.
you know,
Because it doesn't just hurt physically. It hurt you. You don't want to disappoint grandma and grandpa. You really don't want to do that.
right?
You try not to disappoint them, and when you disappoint them, you feel really bad.
Yeah,
Sheena says, "We pray to be grandparents one day."
Right. Spoil them to death. Just spoil them.
Yep, spoil them, get them, spoil them, and 45 minutes before you take them home, shove all kinds of sugar in their face. Take them home. It took Jalen getting killed for my biological dad to come around. He just met me 20 years. He just met me 20 years last year. I was estranged from my mom for most of his childhood, so he doesn't. He doesn't know either of them, sadly. And my husband's parents died when they were young. But my dad, who raised me, was Jay's best buddy. But they still had child adult boundaries. Absolutely correct.
wow.
Always got to have those boundaries.
Yep.
Glad to see you guys are on here, Shay.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember, you guys, justice for Jay still.
Yeah, we need to get you guys on here so we can get an update.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Where's that link? We still need to put that link up. Is it the same link?
For what?
Still have anything going on still? If they still have the link going?
Oh, I'm not sure. We'll have to do that on another show.
Okay.
There's no update, unfortunately. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to do another show for that. So we'll get with you and your husband. Make sure on Thursday when you're both available.
She said there's no update, unfortunately.
Grandparents like to get up early in the morning, and they also like to watch the news.
Yeah.
And I remember getting up, drinking coffee, and I remember spending the night and get up and watch the news with them and ask all kinds of questions. And they'll tell you the answer you ask. Yeah.
You know what? What I remember is we used to be up at the lake house, and I would wake up and hear my grandmother and grandfather sitting on the front deck looking at the lake with their coffee, just chilling. I didn't hear what they were saying, but I could hear their voices. And every morning I used to wake up when we would be at the lake house. So, yeah, you're right. They'd be up with their newspaper, their coffee or their tea,
Right.
talking about the morning, getting the day set. Not what we do when we wake up. Well, I ain't gonna say we, but people get up and they be
Right.
You
I know a story about my grandfather was he would always tell all kinds of stories. He had so many stories, but one that always stuck in my mind was how he courted my grandmother. So my grandfather was in the military and he flew planes, and that's not normal for African Americans, especially back then, to fly planes.
Right.
So he would get in the plane and they would do, different transportation of different, equipment back and forth from up north in Michigan, up north in Michigan, to down south in Michigan. And he would purposely fly by my grandmother's house and drop a note in a bottle from the plane every time that he would pass over the house. And I just thought that was so cool when I was a kid. Still think it's so cool, man.
Wow.
Now
Yeah.
that's old school love story.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a he was my grandfather was a smooth operator.
That's what's up.
Operator.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, so again, make sure you guys share the live stream, share the YouTube, like it, and invite people on. We really want to start to get more guests on this show.
Link up today.
I remember back in the day when I was playing baseball, and my grandmother would watch through my great grandmother would watch through the window and see me play baseball. And then we had a double header, so I run across the field, we go over there, and then when I go over there, we had a cousin that was, big, and he eat up everything, And I'm just saying this with you guys, and I would go and ask for some Kool-Aid. And she had a thing wrapped up around the refrigerator. So you can hear ding 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 when she unlocked the lock, and the same would fall, and then she'll give me some Kool-Aid and lock it right back up.
So she had to lock the refrigerator so he wouldn't go in there and eat everything.
You talking about Charles?
Yeah.
And our grandma, Tardy, great grandma, she had a huge backyard. What is that? Sheldon and Grand Rapids, huge backyard. They had strawberry jelly, grape jelly, peach jelly. My grandma had mason jars full of that in the cabinet.
And
all
cider.
Fresh vegetables. That was one thing. I think I put the wrong one here. Where T Banks at? I put the wrong one earlier. That was
okay.
I'm gonna tag him in that one. But yes, grandparents. We need
definitely are integral to the growing up of a growing family. They're just the rock that holds everything together, and it's unfortunate that some of us don't have them anymore.
Yep.
Exactly.
I still consider some of them that don't have any kids, and they're still older, like a grandparent, and I talk to them like they my grandfather and my grandmother while they live.
Yeah. So
them.
it's always good to talk to people that are seasoned, because you can learn a lot. You can learn a whole lot from people that have lived. And I think that's one thing that, kids nowadays just don't understand. I think they like to be talked with and not to. Whereas we would sit there and listen to the stories. We'd sit there and listen and get all the information that we can. It's just a different generation right now. I know I'm being hard on the young kids. They are our future. But it's looking bleak.
Okay,
and we gotta step up.
Let me see what Terrence says real quick. Okay, that's the homepage of Idiotbox, ain't it? Yeah, that link. That's good. Use both of those links. You could use both of those.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, Terrence. Yeah, you can use both of them. Put all your stuff on there so we can help.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for joining. Preserves. My grandfather used to make pear preserves, tea cakes, and homemade biscuits. Ooh, that sounds good right about now.
Biscuits. Woo. Nothing boxed. Nothing was boxed back then. Cereal might have been the only thing. But Grandma made everything from scratch.
Everything.
I think Grandma Tati has some chickens too, maybe. When we moved to California, our old guy had greens. It's just that something about, and he was an older guy, grandfather.
Yep.
So they just know from growing everything. So yes, I sure do miss my grandmother and grandfather.
I do the same for me.
I miss Grandma Brown too. Me and my grandmother used to talk on the phone for hours and we just crying, just laughing, not sad crying, but crying and laughing. And she was like, what, 90, 91, still driving. Look, our grandmother used to drive, and when she would turn left to go home, if you look to the right, I live right there. Remember, Sharif, we'll be outside.
Yeah.
Grandma would be at the street at Logan waiting to turn left. She'll be honking at us. We like, that's grandma. And she turns and go home. I'm like, our 92-year-old grandmother is stopping and looking and seeing what we doing.
That's right.
Driving.
Yeah, she was driving.
$3,000. Well, what's that? I don't remember what it is, but yeah.
I remember she came over to the house, and she wasn't supposed to be driving, but she came over to visit me, and then I opened up the door and I looked down. There was grandma was short, so I'm short myself too. But I looked down. I said, "Oh, that grandma, she just don't tell nobody I'm driving."
She even said pop-up visits. Grandma just pull up like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
I ain't got a call. I could just come over here.
But on my mom's side, Grandma Williams, I remember one time she said, can you hey Sweep, I want to pay everybody to paint my house. I was like, no. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. So no, I'll paint your house for free.
Yep.
So, she was like, okay, so I painted her whole house for free, and then but she cooked me some good food.
That always works. Look, she didn't cook that. That was something she had in the freezer from last year. She just warmed up some stuff for you. You know they do. Look,
Summer never hurt.
Man, it always got something in the freezer. Always.
Anytime.
I got an old ham in there I cooked last year. That was funny when Sheena said, "Be at our house anytime. Pop-up visit."
That's right.
Pulling up, banging on you like, what? Hey, that's what she did when she came to get those records. She was at my door. I'm like, look, I just finished smoking a joint. I'm like, oh no. Look, and my car was there, and I know she was like, I know he there. I think they was watching me pull up. Man. Grandmas, we all miss y'all. For people who have their grandmas now, please call
them.
If you can't visit, just call them, talk to them, ask their suggestions on things. They'll give you some old wisdom. You might not listen, but at least you'll get it in. You'll hear it. You'll take it in, because you only get a few grandmas. You only get 2 regular grandmas, 2 regular grandfathers. The rest are great, and they're already gone.
Yeah.
So,
yep. But it'll affect you when they're gone.
Wait, not only that, everyone call their loved ones. Period.
Yeah. Period.
All the time. Call sometime.
Or FaceTime.
Or FaceTime something.
Or buy them a phone. They got money. They can put money together and buy them a phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Your kids need to put some money together and buy you a phone.
Buy you a phone. Yeah.
$5
Hey, y'all, we've got an iPhone 8.
No. My phone is a 10.
It's an XS or something. That's like a 9 or something.
9 or 10.
Look, they had
you don't know what kind of phone you got, man.
But I can FaceTime.
Look, they way up the iPhone 32. He got a 10.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate all you tuning in tonight, talking about grandparents. We hope that you make sure you like Drummer said, call your grandparents, your loved ones. It's a trifling world we're living in right now, right. And we need our grandparents. We definitely do. Yeah. We need each other, period. Period.
You know.
And if it's not
So-
your grandparents, just leave somebody that's older with some wisdom. You know, somebody like me with the gray hair, you know, I can teach you some things. I can teach you some things.
Right.
Go ahead, take us out, Sharif.
Take us out.
Yeah. I want to say thank you for watching Idiotbox Television episode 82. And I would like to see you guys next week. And come on in the show sometime with us. And I'll see you. Peace.
Peace.
We're in a lot of trouble because less than 3% of you people read books. Listen to me. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear. We deal in illusions, man. None of it is true. You're beginning to believe the illusions. This is mass madness, you maniac. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are